And we're live in 3, 2, 1.
0.
Here. So what's up?
Oh, just trying to figure this shit out.
Cool. I'll wait. Just let me know when you're ready to record the show.
Fuck. I was hoping that I would be able to get on here on my tablet and watch the feed.
Yeah.
Just so I could keep up if there's any comments, but
I can do it on my phone, but it's distracting. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a delay, and I'm paying attention to that, paying attention to the show. I tried that once and it sucked. I ain't doing it again.
all right, fuck it. I don't care.
We need an intern.
Are you ready?
Yeah, that was loud.
All right, everybody.
Scared me.
There you are.
Yeah, that was loud.
Still don't know that I'm going to be able to see any comments on here.
All right. Don't pay attention too much to that because you got to remember we're recording a show.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, fuck it. I don't care. Shut it off.
That's the attitude.
Fuck, I don't care. All right. All right.
I think we should have waited until at least now to start recording.
No, I don't. No, so I am just going to completely ignore the YouTube thing. You know, I don't. I'm not going to focus on it. I'm not going to try to keep the show moving for anybody, much less them fuckers that are watching. Let's not even do a show. Let's just sit here and talk to each other. And
all right, cool. So what's been going on?
So what's funny is, as soon as I said that, I went from 1 viewer to 0 viewers.
Perfect. So how many bedrooms is there in your house?
All right, ready?
No, you don't want to talk about that?
Well, I don't want to have a whole bunch of shit to edit out. So.
Oh shit, I'm ready. Go.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. We are ready to go. Ready?
Ready.
Go. All right. So Anthony and I have been talking, and we have decided that we are going to make this a lot more professional. So there will be no more cussing. There will be no more laughing. There will be no more coughing.
Right.
We will not be talking about any issues that have to do with race,
right,
or gender, or sexuality.
Yes.
Or religion.
Or people in general.
Yes. We will not reference any person, dead or alive.
Cats only.
In this show. Not even cats.
Dogs?
Yeah, fuck dogs. Especially them black dogs.
Them bitch black dogs.
With their nappy-headed black dog hair.
Right. We're going high.
Man, we get right into it.
We're not even 2 minutes in.
All right, so I don't even know where the fuck that came from. Yeah, you got anything you want to talk about?
Nope.
All right, so let's start with this. I did I don't even think I told you about this, but I did a poll on Twitter because I wanted to see the types of followers that we have and then the interactions that we would get and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I put this tweet out, and it was just a poll. It said, I want to play a game. I want to see how many times this can get retweeted without any votes. Please humor me. And my thought was it would go, and I figured I'd probably get 60 or 70 retweets.
Yeah.
And before somebody was a prick and hit one of the voting buttons on it.
Yep.
Okay. So it was like, I don't know, 4 retweets in, and then it got a vote. But it has ended, and here's where it ended up.
Okay.
So do the math. All right. It got 104 retweets.
Okay.
and 145 votes.
What?
So people watched it go by and voted on it and didn't retweet it. Them sons of bitches.
It's like the ratio
I
of
thought it was
dicks to assholes. What's shitty?
I just thought it was funny that I don't even know why I put it on here. It was just interesting to me that people go out of their way to be dicks.
Isn't it more difficult? I mean, just to be a dick, you could just not vote on it, not read nothing, not retweet it, just don't do anything. But no, I'm going to vote on it just to be an asshole.
All right.
But you know what you should do the next one? Put one out that's exactly the same, except please vote on this and retweet it and see how many people vote on it, because I think people are just doing the opposite of what you tell them to do.
No, then I should tell them not to retweet it. Only vote, don't retweet.
There you go. Yes. Yeah, that's what I meant. Did I say vote and retweet? Yes. Yeah, yes. You got it. Try that.
All right. So today was interesting. I recorded with, I guess, Who Are These Podcasts? We did our episode on Flat Earth Conspiracy. It should come out tomorrow, I believe. I think tomorrow afternoon sometime.
Is your guys' episode 3 hours long too?
We went about 6 hours.
Good.
What I like about the guy, so that he gets a lot of flack for being a douchebag because of the premise of his show.
Yeah. And for being a douchebag.
And we talked in private.
Yeah.
And it's not like he's hamming it up for his podcast. I talked to him about our show, and he was very clear that he does not like it. Everything that he said that he didn't like about our show is how he feels in real life. It's not like he was just talking shit just to be talking shit. The only thing I did get out of him though was I said, you guys have a tendency to pull clips out of context, and he goes, yeah, but that's what makes it funny.
That's not fair. Yeah, that's what makes it funny. Oh shit! I guess that's true. Yeah, I mean,
I did stick up for Juliet Miranda. Not the show, his opinion of the show is that, but just how hacky he was about attacking her looks or whatever. I mean, because I think she's good looking, so whatever.
I do too.
Sorry, Dave.
I'm not sorry. She's attractive. Why would I be sorry about that? You're a lucky dude. Good for you.
Just think, I think that's one of your fantasies is to see her butthole.
Yep. Let's make that a reality.
For the show.
For the show. Come on.
If you care about indie podcasts at all, you send us a picture of your butthole.
It's going to have to be a video. I'm going to need video proof.
Unless you got tapeworms.
Nope. Especially if you have tapeworms. The big long ones that are just crawling out the end. That's what I want.
So what if we jump to we got so many things to fucking talk about. That the person that won our shirt from Don't Buy This Stuff?
Yeah.
She never tagged or anything. She never did anything to acknowledge that she received her shirt.
Really?
Yeah, other than I sent her a message and I was like, hey, you know what? The tracking shows that you have received your shirt. And she's like, yeah.
that was it?
All right.
Yep.
So
Yep. I love it.
That's the problem with having a show like ours, because it attracts fucking the drudge of society.
The drudge, that's awesome. I'm proud of her. That's fucking great. Yep, we got it.
No, I mean, just
I have
think about
one?
the type of people that the type of people that listen to this show.
Yeah.
Right. And then we're turning around and it's like, hey, support us on Patreon. They're not going to give a shit ever.
I agree. I agree.
Hey,
I agree with that.
Send us 7 of your food stamps instead of Patreon.
Can you do that?
Send us some insulation from your water pipes under your trailer.
That's even better. Some insulation and 3/4 of a beer.
If you want to support our show, send us 2 corn dogs and that one of them Chef Boyardee pizza kits where you just got the dough and the shitty cheese.
Yeah. Please. And if you got any shoes with holes in them, that'd be great too.
They don't wear shoes. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, we love our fans.
Whatever. There ain't nobody listening to this.
We don't have any fans.
But the only person we used to have Tasha out there in the fucking trailer park, and
what the hell ever happened to her? You think she still listens?
No. I think when we kept taking shots at her every day or every show,
every show.
You know what? That's happened to us a couple times. That there's somebody that I say somebody, one of our 3 Patreon patrons. I don't even think she listens anymore. I just think that the last time when she pulled her money out and we gave her such a hard time about it.
So we just harass our way in. Oh my God, I love it.
So maybe we need to change the show. Let's do a whatever podcast is big at the time. We'll just do that type of podcast.
All right.
So let's make this like a true crime podcast.
Okay.
Those are big right now.
I know. I'm gonna need you to commit a crime and then tell me all about it.
I don't even understand true crime podcasts. I mean, other than last podcast on the left, but I don't understand them. What, you just go on Wikipedia and decide, all right, so I'm going to read this Wikipedia article to people and put music on it as a bed?
That's it. Just read this Wikipedia article. So it's amazing to me that there's enough crime to support 60 million podcasts that are true crime podcasts. There's so many of them. And if you talk about a murder, that murder happened. It happened this certain way. Everybody knows that it happened this way. How many takes on it are there?
All right. I don't know. And that's what I mean. So what, if we're going to do a true crime podcast now, what do you do? I don't know what to do. Do you just,
so what I want to do is I want to try to find a diamond heist with 4 chicks in black leather next to an animal testing laboratory.
No, I got you. You don't have to keep going.
No, I got you. I was just making sure everybody got on board, you know? So find one of them crimes. We'll talk about that.
All right. So I wish we had a way to put music underneath when I'm talking here, but we could get into penetrative anal sex.
Is that a true crime podcast?
Yeah, we're gonna make it one.
What the fuck are you talking about? We can get into penetrative anal sex. Good. I'm glad we can get into that.
So I looked up. So So what I was trying to do was I was stalling because I wanted to morph this conversation into a true crime podcast. So I made the comment that, so what do you do on just look at something on Wikipedia? So I'm like, okay, so while Anthony's talking, I'll look up something on Wikipedia and we'll try to riff on it. And the only thing that I could think of was so here's what I put into Google. Wikipedia butt sex crimes.
So did anything come up? I'm curious. Wikipedia butt sex crimes.
So that's how I ended up at whatever the comment was that I made, penetrative anal fissures or something.
Fissures. Isn't that like nuclear power? Like nuclear fission? Oh my God.
So now I'm on the Wikipedia page for anal sex.
Really? Yeah. Nice. Yeah. I want you to do a dramatic reading.
While anal sex is commonly associated with homosexuality, research shows that not all gay males engage in anal sex, and that is not uncommon in heterosexual relationships. Types of anal sex can also be part of lesbian sexual practices. People may experience pleasure from anal sex by stimulation of the anal nerve endings, and orgasm may be achieved through anal penetration. By indirect stimulation of the prostate in men, indirect stimulation of the clitoris, or an area of the vagina, sometimes termed the G-spot, in women, and other sensory nerves, especially the Mandela effect. No, Pandela. However, people may also find anal sex painful, sometimes extremely so, which may be primarily due to psychological factors in some cases.
I don't think so. Huh. I learned a lot there. I don't believe for 1 minute that real life lesbians have anal sex. I don't believe that for a minute.
So you're telling me that you don't think that there's two girls who are in love with each other that throw a dildo in each other's ass?
Nope. Not unless there's a man watching.
Oh, because you don't think they get any pleasure out of it?
Right.
Da.
Da. Good argument.
Da.
Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, ladies.
Or anal intercourse is generally the insertion and thrusting of the erect penis into a person's anus or anus. What?
Does that really need to be? I mean, nobody knows what that means.
Oh, wait a minute. No, so I'm confused.
Okay.
Is anus? What's the? what's the anus?
What's the anus?
I thought that was the butthole.
Isn't it?
Okay, then what's the rectum?
It's another word for anus.
so I'll reread it.
God, we're retarded.
Thrusting of the erect penis into a person's anus or anus and rectum for sexual pleasure. So the rectum must be just past the anus. I know you're really looking for a way to say rectum. Damn near killed him.
I'm trying to get it in there.
Other forms of anal sex include fingering, the use of sex toys for anal penetration, oral sex performed on the anus, analingus, and pegging.
Pegging. I don't know what that means.
That's that game that you play at Cracker Barrel.
Oh, I love that game.
Yeah, you love pegging?
I was about to make a horrible joke. Horrible. Nope. My mind went to the fucking wrong place, and I ain't going back.
You have to.
No.
That's the rules.
Can't do it.
All right, so I guess we're done with that. Doug reads Wikipedia.
Doug reads. That's our new section. Oh my God, you're gonna learn so much.
So you want to get into this? I'm sure you've seen it somewhere on social media. The 8th grade privilege test that was passed out.
Yes.
All right. So I managed to actually find questions, and I don't know if we want to go through all of them because there's like 40 something, whatever. But we're gonna find out if you have privilege. All right. Mm-hmm. So I want you to answer these honestly. Okay. So I don't know if it's like if you answered yes to 20 of these, then you have privilege or whatever. Fuck, I don't know. Whatever.
All right.
Are you white?
Yes.
You've got privilege. So anytime you answer yes, I think whatever. You have.
We add to my privilege points.
Yeah, sure. You're ding. You have never been discriminated. True or false? That's what we're going to do. True or false?
All right.
You are white.
Yes. True.
Idiot. You have never been discriminated against because of your skin color.
That's true. Yeah, I think that's true.
You've never been discriminated against because of your skin color?
Not on a personal basis, I don't think. No.
All right. You have never been the only person of your race in a room.
Well, that's false. Been in a room full of black people before. That's stupid.
You have never been mocked for your accent.
That's not true at all. Anybody that listens to your show that you were on the other day knows that's not true. For our Southern Florida accent or whatever.
Have you ever been told that you're attractive for your race? For your race. That's like you're attractive for a cracker.
For a cracker. No, I have not.
No, I don't want to go through these. These are stupid.
Fair enough. I have privilege. We'll just go with that. So this came from, I think this originally came from a feminist writer. Can't remember her name. The article that she wrote was called "Unpacking the Invisible Knapsack," and the original basis of this was a feminist point of view of why men are privileged. Why white men are privileged, I guess.
We can go to so this is something that I stumbled across that I thought was fucking amazing.
All right.
And I wouldn't have a problem even paying for this and sitting through it. But it is the Everyday Feminism presents Healing from Toxic Whiteness, an online training program for white people committed to racial justice.
I just think toxic whiteness is awesome. I'm going to start a band called Toxic Whiteness.
If there was ever a time in recent history for white people to take action to end racism, this is it.
Is it really? This right now is worse than...
Can you add echo to my voice there?
No.
Trump's presidency has shaken white people's understanding of racism to its core.
Oh, Jesus.
It's revealed what many people of color have known and been naming for generations, that the U.S. has been deeply normalized white supremacy and is built on a foundation of systemic oppression. As a white person dedicated to social justice, you can now see how racist Trump's administration is. But perhaps you didn't know how capable so many white people, perhaps including your own family and friends, were of supporting him. You may be finding yourself coming to terms with just how prevalent and harmful white supremacy is, and how your white privilege has kept you ignorant and in denial of this reality in the first place.
Jesus, fuck.
This thing goes on and on and on. I mean,
it's long. I tried to read the whole thing, but I couldn't do it. I just scrolled through till I found out how much it cost.
Yeah. I think this is from the author of this online course. Healing from Toxic Whiteness provides white anti-racists with crucial missing tools for the most challenging aspect of our work, navigating our own emotional reactions when confronted with the realities of white supremacy. These tools help us to work through our knee-jerk tendency to reject ourselves or other white people when we encounter how racism operates through us. With these tools, we can take on one of our most crucial responsibilities, to engage in productive dialogue with those who knowingly or unknowingly defend white supremacy. This program has helped me to become a more effective change agent by becoming more accepting of what is within me and around me, so that I can be present to it, honor it, and transform it with courageous compassion. What the fuck was that? That was the most corporate run-on bullshit.
What is that? You could probably read that to me 10 times and I would have no idea what you said. Jesus criminy.
As you think about what you personally can do to address racism, you may find yourself wrestling with questions like, how can I make sure I don't accidentally say something that's racist and hurts people I care about?
Wow. So,
hey, I was wondering if you wanted to go out to eat, you fucking wetback. Oh, damn it.
Son of a bitch. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I need a toxic whiteness program. Doesn't that sound like something you get for your teeth?
Oh, Karen, you fucking honky. Ah, damn it.
Son of a bitch.
You wouldn't happen to know of an online course I could take to get rid of this accidental racism, would you?
Did you meet the trainers?
What?
All the way down at the bottom?
Oh, wait, no, we haven't got that far yet.
All right. I'm just making sure. I don't want to skip over that. It's important.
I feel so guilty about having white privilege, but am I really willing to give up that privilege? And do I even know what that means?
No,
So, okay.
and I don't care.
Do you think that there is such thing as a white privilege? We've asked this several times, and I like keep going back to it because your answer changes.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so we agree on that. There's people out there that say there's no such thing as white privilege, right?
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
they're wrong.
It's agreed. So what do you do about it? Anything?
Nothing.
Do you care?
No. What should I do about it? What? I don't fucking care. I was born white. Should I yell at my mom for making me be born white by having sex with a white man? I don't fuck. What the fuck do I do about it?
No, but so what? That's fucking dumb.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I teach my kids not to be racist, not to hate somebody based on the color of their skin. Beyond that, my responsibility, I have none. I have no responsibility to anybody else.
Yes, you do.
Everybody else. So, no, I do not. Fuck everybody else.
No,
what?
You have
me what my responsibility.
Give me a fucking chance to talk. You have a responsibility.
No.
So, oh, okay. If you have the ability to be a change agent, then you need to use that
An insurance agent?
I knew I shouldn't have used that. I knew I shouldn't have said that. You fucked it all up.
Because it's a fucking douche thing to say.
How do I deal with the fact that I'm scared to talk to other white people about racism when they often get really angry at me? Well, don't do it at a KKK rally, you stupid cunt.
So my problem with the whole concept of white privilege, I believe that there is white privilege, but how do you go to wherever they mine coal, go to a fucking coal mine. You get a white guy working in a coal mine 12 hours a day and you've got white privilege. And it doesn't make sense to me because people's lives don't revolve around race. Or they shouldn't revolve around race. I'm sorry. You just live your life. You don't have to revolve your life around race every second of every day.
That's your privilege talking.
Sounds like it. I want you to explain to me what I should do about my white privilege.
Okay. Well, so the first step would be to admit you have privilege, which you have done. And then you use that privilege to advance people of color.
What? All right. Okay. I don't know how to beat that logic, I guess. There's no holes in that.
You made me lose my fucking place. All right. How can I figure out what I should be doing to fight racism without burdening people of color by constantly asking them what I should do?
Learn I think they should learn karate.
No. Anytime you see somebody that's a different color than you, you ask them what you can do to stop racism every time. Even if you work with them and you see them 15 times a day, you still go up and ask them.
Every time you see them.
Hey, Jamal, I was wondering.
Why's it got to be Jamal? I was going to say Kunta Kinte or whatever, but you went to Jamal.
Hey, Kunta. And then he says, my name's Toby. I told you my name is Toby. Roots.
Roots.
All right. While white people are not inherently or inevitably racist, they are all raised in societies built on systemic racism and have been bombarded since birth with conflicting messages that teach them to think and act in racist ways that personally benefit them at the expense of communities of color. Okay, so I got to start over. So I'm gonna read this again. So while white people are not inherently or inevitably racist, they are all raised in society. So every white person, they are all raised in society built on systemic racism and have been bombarded since birth with conflicting messages that teach them to think and act in racist ways that personally benefit them at the expense of communities of color.
That's a long way of saying every white person is racist.
Right, but they're not though. What they're not. That's not what they're saying at all, Anthony. What they're saying is that all white people have been raised to think and act in racist ways that personally benefit them at the expense of all other colors. But they're not racist.
Oh, ching chong bing bong. Fucking, I don't know what to say. That's so fucking stupid.
Fuck. All right.
You just can't win. I mean, there's no way to win here. The only way to win is not to play.
And this backs that up. This means the question needs to shift from "Am I racist?" to "How will I work towards undoing the racism I was raised with and have internalized?" Because right there, just by accepting the fact that you are racist, it's no longer "Am I racist?" It's "How will I work towards undoing the racism?"
Yep. Which means that you've already accepted that every white person ever is racist against every person of color ever.
Because while we'd all love it if we could jump from being raised in a deeply racist society to becoming completely anti-racist, it doesn't work like that. The desire to not be racist is not enough by itself to stop someone from being racist. What the fuck? That's exactly what it is.
What? Okay. God. It's almost like they have an agenda here.
You think? I joined Healing from Toxic Whiteness because I wanted to act against racial injustice, but felt frustrated because that felt so theoretical to me. This program has opened my eyes to the racism around me and in me and has allowed me to let go of my sense of guilt, entitlement, and all that goes along with toxic whiteness. I can now be closer to others, including people of color, because I am being my real self. And that has been such a gift. You stupid slut.
I really want to take this class.
I know. I think it would be great. I would only take it if it was in a class that I could sit in like a classroom just to be with all these people.
There's not a black person for 50 miles.
We could do like 4 shows just on this whole class. They go through all the modules and everything. I know we spent a lot of time on it already, but I'm not even halfway through it. And
it's super long.
Yeah. So compassionate activism.
So I think that I figured this out. I think that we should start doing a training course, putting together training videos and selling them. Figure out an angle on healing from toxic whiteness, but in a different language, come up with our own unique language. So we're not stealing theirs. And we can sell our online training videos.
So what if we just mock everything that they do?
Yeah.
Like, so you're going to need to do this immediately. You need to lock up everydayracism.com and then we'll go from there.
Everyday racism. All right. We'll start a website. We'll be rich.
But we'll just promote racism.
Duh. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Oh, fuck. All right. So this class, if you're interested in it, you can get an installment plan. For people who need to pay in 3 monthly installments of $33 each, click here to use this option. So it's $100 for the class. Where you didn't want me to skip over. Meet the trainers.
Meet the trainers. I just didn't I tell you? I mean, there's like not a black person for 50 miles. I mean,
oh fuck! This guest trainer here,
Dara Silverman.
Yeah, I didn't want to use her name.
Why not? The one with the big teeth.
The one with the teeth. Her teeth are suffering from toxic whiteness, man. Those things are huge.
I think. Damn it! Why didn't I come up with this 2 seconds ago? You mean Mr. Ed Silverman? I'm still throwing it out there, even though it's late. Guest trainer and racial justice organizer. How do you get to be a racial justice organizer?
I don't know.
Those pearly whites will help, maybe.
Showing up for racial justice. Surge.
Right.
Whatever. All right, I'm done with it.
All right, whatever. Is this only for white people? This program is open to people of color, but the focus will be on white people's racial experiences of white supremacy. See, none of anything you read said anything about white supremacy. So I think that they are just switching words whenever they want. White supremacy, racism, whatever. They're just switching the words around. It all means the same to them.
Oh, absolutely.
Fucking retarded.
So I came across this on Twitter, and it was somebody had just made a joke about something, and it led me to Google what is free bleeding. Are you familiar with free bleeding?
I am.
Explain to our listeners what free bleeding is.
Free bleeding is when men or women let their menstrual blood flow without catching it in a tampon or a pad or a.
Why did you say men?
Cup? Because when I started reading about your free bleeding stuff, it led me down a little rabbit hole to a coloring book called Tony the Tampon, and it's about how men and women both can have menstrual blood. And I thought that's
true. That's not true.
Are you sure about that? Because this book tells me different.
Yes, I am positive.
this coloring book, Tony the Tampon, tells me different. Are you sure?
All right. So what free bleeding is now a thing. And what's funny is with the reading I did about it, it was a joke that 4chan did. So somebody on 4chan started a deal with something about free bleeding and as a mockery of feminism. Right?
Yes.
And it was like 8 months after that or whatever, it turned into a real thing. It was like them stupid bitches decided, you know what, this is a good idea.
This is a good idea. Have you seen the pictures of that lady running the marathon with the bloody legs?
No.
You need to look that up right now on the air.
But see, I'm super creeped out by
bloody legs,
period blood. Period blood.
Me too. This lady ran a marathon, 26 miles on her period. Talking. She ran a marathon on her period, no tampon, no pads, no anything. By the end of the race, her legs were completely covered with blood, and she is famous for it.
What am I looking up here? What's her name? Kiran Gandhi.
Yep.
Bloody.
Yes.
Bloody.
I didn't know how to pronounce it. Sunday, Bloody Sunday.
Yeah. I guess bloody legs. Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, you'll find it that way. If you just search her name, you'll find it. It's horrifying.
All right. Anything that... Nope. I got nothing.
Nothing? What the fuck? Whoops. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. What's her name? Gandhi? Gandhi? Damn it. I derailed this whole thing.
I got nothing.
Kiran Gandhi. So I'm going to find it for you. I can't believe you can't find it. Oh, come on. Now I can't find it either. Are you fucking kidding me?
Good shit.
God damn it. It was fucking everywhere. And now I can't fucking find it. God damn it. Oh, here's one. I don't know how to send it to you.
Screen.
I don't know how to do that either. God damn it. Settings.
Forget it.
Fuck. All right. Yeah, we're moving on.
All right. I think we should start that whole segment
It's not
over.
worth it. Yeah, I think so too.
Free bleeding. Have you heard of that? Fuck, man.
What's the deal?
All right. So I'm going to start over.
All right, we'll just cut this whole fucking thing out. Fucking YouTube.
I don't know who's watching. I hope John's watching because he loves when we have just a fucking train wreck.
Oh, if this is nothing compared to what we've had before. This is a great show compared to everything else.
All right. So I came across this thing on Twitter called Free Bleeding. Are you familiar with it?
Yes.
All
yes,
right.
I heard about this before.
So I'm just going to read this real quick. Free bleeding is the practice of menstruating without blocking or collecting the period flow. And while people have been doing it for centuries, in recent years it had become a subject of public debate. The way that this thing came about was from 4chan. Somebody had started a meme or whatever, just fucking with people. And it kind of took on a life of its own. And then the feminists have decided that this is something they wanted to adopt. What was the deal with, I think you ended up buying a coloring book or something.
So you had put on here free bleeding, and I knew what it was, but it kind of led me down a rabbit hole of learning about free bleeding, I guess. And I am currently on Amazon looking at a coloring book called The Adventures of Tony the Tampon. And there,
how much is the book?
$11.29.
There's this is off the subject, but there's a thing that people are doing now in podcasting for as a way to try to generate money or whatever.
Yeah.
So they have like wish lists, so you can start your own Amazon wish list.
Yeah.
So instead of asking people money for Patreon or whatever, we could just create a wish list of things that we want. And then
just
anybody that wants to support the show, they can just go to our Amazon wish list and click something, and it'll be deducted from them and sent to us.
Oh,
I think this is a great idea. I think I would love to put this. I want this book, but I don't want to spend my money on it.
So I looked. I spent about, I don't know, 10 minutes reading the reviews on this book because there are 103 reviews, 51% 5-star, 48% 1-star. There are no 2, 3, or 4-star reviews. People either love it or they hate it.
You hate it. I mean, you know what you're getting when you order the fucking thing.
So this review, this is a 1-star review. It says, my daughter was very upset when she ended up using all of her red crayons coloring this book. What a waste.
That's a joke, man. That's a troll.
That's funny. And apparently in this book, I didn't know this from the description or anything, but from reading some of these reviews, this book promotes the idea that men and women have menstrual periods.
And that's so, you know what that is? That's going back to the multiple genders, or you could be born a dick or born with a pussy and identify as a dude. So then they're going along with that by saying that dudes can have menstrual blood.
Yep.
That's all it is.
Yeah, it is. They're not saying, men bleed out their dicks or anything. I mean, because if you bleed out your dick, you need to go to the hospital now.
I got a story.
All right.
Yeah, I don't want to get into it. It's not funny. It's just my dick was bleeding for some reason. I don't know.
Is this just real recent or
no? Actually, I'll tell the story. It's
all right.
So, Mike, I know you're listening and enjoy. All right. So I had just started my previous job. So this was 8 years ago or so, and it was my second job that I had to wear khakis and dress shirts. Right. Are you there?
Yeah, okay. I'm here. Yeah. There's a little bit of a delay.
So anyway, I went into the bathroom and was pissing. And when I shook, after I got done shaking, I looked down and it looked like there was a gunshot wound up against the urinal. There was blood splatter fucking everywhere. And I'm like, well, that's weird. I didn't notice there was blood all over the place when I came in here. My dick!
My dick is bleeding. It didn't hurt?
No, not at all. But I looked down and I mean, it was like I There was blood. There was lots of blood everywhere. Like I was free bleeding. So I untucked my dress shirt, and because I had to walk up to where my boss's office was, and I walked up there and kind of kept going off to the side everywhere I could get a little privacy and look down, and the spot was just getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Oh fuck!
So when I started to walk up to my boss's office, there was a blood spot on the front of my khakis about the size of a quarter.
Oh.
And by the time I get up to his office and I'm just standing there in the doorway and he's on the phone, you know, and I'm just kind of standing there patiently. And I said, hey, I think I got to go home. And, you know, like I had just started working for him maybe 2 weeks before that, you know, so we really didn't have a relationship or anything.
Yeah.
I said, I think I need to go home. And he's like, what's going on? And I lifted my shirt up. And by that time, the blood spot had gotten to about, I don't know, maybe the size of a pop can, a little bigger.
Oh, God.
And he goes, get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. What's wrong with you?
So I ended up going to the hospital and they had me, they said that I'd passed a stone or something and it must have tore something on the way out.
Oh. And it didn't hurt?
I never felt nothing, but I've got a huge dick hole.
All right.
My dick's not big, just a hole.
There's a lot of space.
Yeah, no, so it's like my dick wall is like, I don't know, 3/8 of an inch, but super girthy, you know. So
awesome. All right, so
it is a lot like a Pringles can. I mean, not just that big on the inside.
I'm like a tuna can, so it's cool.
So anyway, so
when go ahead, I'll let you finish.
What?
I was going to say when I first met you, probably, I don't know, I must have known you maybe a week or two. You came to where I was working and you said we had been bullshitting about whatever, and you came to my work area and you said, I'm pissing blood, I got to go home. And I thought you were just fucking with me. I never asked you about it again because I thought you were just fucking with me. You're like, I'm pissing blood, I got to go home. And then you walked away. And now you're telling me the story that it's really fucking true. I seriously thought you were just fucking with me. We didn't know each other very well. You know, we had known each other for maybe a week, or, you know, like.
So what about that conversation made you think, I want to keep in contact with this guy?
That's a perfect sense of humor. Like maybe this guy doesn't like me and he doesn't want me to talk to him anymore. That's the best way to do that. Hey man, I'm pissing blood. We probably shouldn't be friends.
This whole thing with free bleeding, it's got me as, like I said, I am grossed out by pussy blood.
Why do you think
what's so funny?
I don't know. When you say pussy blood, it's just funny to me. Because I mean, it's gross. Pussies are nice. Don't say pussy and blood in the same sentence. That's just like. Anyway, so why is it so gross? Anyway, why do we think it's so gross? I mean, I do. I just don't know why.
Because they're not supposed to bleed.
I think they are.
Nope.
Nope. Oh fuck! I'm pretty sure it's natural.
It's okay. So I can't think of anything funny to say. I don't know why I'm grossed out by it. I've always been grossed out by it. I am just thinking about it gives me the heebie-jeebies.
So I'm guessing you would never have sex with a girl while she's on her period, or for 6 months after.
That explains a lot. I just thought of a horrible joke. It's so funny that I want to stop the show and call you and tell you.
Oh, why do you have to call me? Why can't you just say it? I'm sure our fans want to hear it.
No. After you just did the same thing. So,
yeah, I know. I'll tell you afterwards too.
You're gonna have your hands editing.
This one's gonna be fucked up. God damn it!
All right, everybody, hold on. I'll be right back.
What the fuck are you doing? Oh shit! Hello.
All right, so I'm gonna put you on mute on the microphone here, and Anthony is gonna leave his microphone on so he can react to the punchline.
Okay. Okay. Oh boy.
All right.
Oh shit.
Hopefully I shut my mic
And
off
we're
on
back. If not, I'll edit it so that it's super loud so everybody hears it.
You should have just put me on speaker, you big dummy.
My mic might have picked you up. I don't know.
All right.
Just set it on the air.
You want to start this show over? Or?
What?
I said, you want to start this show over?
Yep. The whole thing. I at least want to move on. I don't want to talk about Tony the Tampon anymore.
Oh, I haven't even got to the good stuff about the free bleeding.
Oh boy. All right.
Before we go any further, I am going to say goodbye to everybody on YouTube. We're going to shut this off and continue on our show. Head over to Who's Right Podcast and listen to the final product. We'll have about another half hour or so of content that'll be the only place to be able to get it. Anthony, you want to say anything?
Bye.